What up, you guys? Welcome back to the Dre Files, featuring yours truly, your bestie for the resty, Ariandre. But y'all know, y'all can call me Andre. So, since you are a part of the fam, you already know we start this thing with a promo because I'm a black business owner, so I'm going to promote every chance I get, okay? And if you love me and you support me, you go to ariandre.com. That's ariandre.com. And you're going to cop you the finest. The finest. This is It's Okay to Not Be Okay. Because, baby, it is. Take off that mask. Let people know that it's okay to not be okay, all right? This is a part of my mental health collection. It's okay to not be okay. I have some other ones in there. They're kind of mid, though. I will say that they're kind of mid, but this one, fire. So enough with the promo. It's time to get into today's episode topic, and I'm excited for this one because I feel like everybody should be taking part in this mindset, and it's the main character mindset. Are we living in our main character mindset, or are we playing a side character in somebody else's story? Okay, so let's get into it. Now, I know everybody is living in first-person POV, so technically everybody's the main character of their own world. But you know those people out there that are living in the NPC type realm, where they wake up at the same time, eat the same food, go do the same thing every day, and come back home and sleep in the same bed at the same time, doing nothing different, nothing adventurous, nothing outside of the norm. It's a schedule, it's a routine. It's like they're living their life as if elevator jazz music was playing in the background. Boring. Now, no offense. Sometimes you do gotta lock in and get into that NPC mode. Like me right now, I'm trying to get out my grind. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the gym. So I'm on that schedule. I'm just another task on the list that needs to get done for the day. I wake up, I go to work, I go to the gym, come home, eat, and go to sleep and do it all over again. Sometimes you need to get on that NPC mode so that you can level up to the next level or get the stuff done that you need to do. But you also have to do it as if you're the main character. Put a little va-va-boom in it. Put a little life in it. Live like the cameras are on you. Have fun. Because at the end of the day, everybody's living their own main character lifestyle. Everybody's living in their own world. So nobody actually gives a crap what you're doing. No one actually has time to give a crap about what the next person is doing. So live like the camera's on and stop being so afraid to be yourself, especially out in public. Do what you feel like doing. Do what you want to do. People are going to be mad. People are going to love you. People are going to hate you. People are going to praise you. No matter what you're doing, whether you're living as an NPC or the main character. So why not be the main character and be the best, fullest self that you can be, okay? And yes, sometimes you do gotta lock in and be on that NPC mode so that you can get things done. But don't forget to take little moments for yourself and make sure you fill out that main character mindset. Do things to the next level. Do things to the highest level that make you happy, you know? Go take a little drive playing some mysterious music with the windows down and the hair blowing through your wind. Whoa. The wind blowing through your hair. Dyslexia. I'm sorry. But yeah, drive around with mysterious music and the wind blowing through your hair. Get a little life in you. Do something exotic. Go take a trip somewhere that you haven't been before. Go talk to strangers and pretend like you've known them your entire life. But at the end of the day, do things that make you happy. Do things that are in that main character mindset, that are putting you first, putting your needs first, your happiness first, your goals first, anything pertaining to you first, okay? Now, that being said, sometimes we do get caught up in a little bit of life. We get caught up by those bumps in the road. We get caught up by other people's storylines. We get caught up by villains who want to make us a side character in their story. And baby, I'm here to tell you that's not what we're doing. We're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to play a villain's side character. Now, villains are hot. Villains are hot, and so hot that we almost forget that they're a villain. But at the end of the day, if you're living in your main character mindset, you're not going to let somebody who's emotionally unavailable rule the storyline. You're not going to let somebody who treats you less than your worth rule the storyline. You're not going to become someone's emotional support person and be in their storyline as a side character. No, you're going to run stuff. You're going to be the main person. You're going to be the movie title. Because what? You are that girl. You are that. I'm trying not to cuss. Y'all see it? I'm trying and I'm doing it. I'm doing very well. But you are. Okay? That's the only time that I'm going to cuss, okay? I didn't cuss. I mouthed it, but y'all know what I meant. Anyways, don't get caught up with these villains and trying to be a part of their storyline, because you're more than just some side character in a villain's story plot. You're more than just their redemption arc. You're more than just their lesson. You are infinitely powerful. You are the superhero. You are the main character, okay? Step away from those villains and get back to your main character mindset. Because what you're doing is taking a little detour away from your main character road. And you need to get back on that. You need to get back on that and start putting you first. Start leveling up. Start doing the things that you want to do. Don't play a side character. Sometimes, however, the reason why we even fall for villains in the first place is because we mix up intensity with intimacy. If you grew up in a household like mine where you were walking on eggshells around everybody's emotions and you had to kind of gauge how other people was feeling in order for how you need to act, you kind of grew up in a hostile environment. But surrounded by people you love, you thought that was love. You thought that's what love is and what it looks like. So that's what you seek. That's what you look for in relationships and think that it's right. But no, it's not. Intensity versus intimacy are two different things, and they show up in different ways. If you can relate to the way I grew up and you have the same mindset that I had to grow out of, then you believe that like people who are giving you that calm energy, that consistent energy, or something that's deemed boring means that it has no spark. But at the same time, the way you're looking for this spark of intensity, it's just like a firework. And what do fireworks do? They explode. And then you're going to be sitting there wondering why you're burnt. When I think of intensity in relationships, I think of all the emotions rather than just a few. You know, it's more so somebody who makes you feel happy. Yes, makes you feel happy, makes you feel good sometimes, but they also can make you mad. They also can irritate you. They also can take your emotions from a level 1 to a 10 in 2.5 seconds just based off of how they're acting, how they're talking, their mannerisms towards you. Anybody who can fluctuate your emotions that much, that's intensity. You don't need that. That's stressful. And you need to step away from that and start going to something that's intimacy. Somebody who can take your 10 to a 1 instead of the reverse. Someone who can calm you just by a look or a pat on your shoulder, or knows what you need, or are here to listen and communicate, not yell and argue. Just because you yell with somebody, just because you argue with somebody doesn't mean y'all love each other. No, that's not what love looks like. Love is communication. Love is being able to hear the other person's side and not just say, oh, well, my side this, my side this, my side this. No, let me hear your side. Let's come to a compromise. Let's not argue. Let's not fight, because I don't like this. I don't want us to have this energy. That's intimacy. That's more than just the intense emotions. Somebody who can make you feel all the emotions and very intensely and so up and down, that's intensity. That's not intimacy. That's not the love that you should be looking for. And sometimes that's how we get caught up with the villains, is because they show us that intense nature. They show us the good and the great feelings, but they also show us the bad. And we try and negate the bad because, oh yeah, these goods are good, but they're only that good because of how bad the bads are. I've been in relationships countless numbers of times where somebody showing me the bare minimum made me feel up here because of how they treated me on the regular. That's intensity. That's emotional intensity and not intimacy. Someone should not have you feeling this much. Yes, you're going to have your down periods and good relationships, but for the most part, it should be up here. It should be up. It should be love. It should be raising a roof. You know what I'm saying? It should not be so much of an up and down that your emotions fluctuate so much. That's bad on you. That's bad on your body. That's bad on your stress. And it messes with your hormones. So stop looking for intensity in relationships and falling for the villains, and maybe go for something boring. Something that will show you that intimacy and what love is like. Stop trying to fly away from the boring things just because it's not what you grew up with or not something that you're used to. Stepping out of your comfort zone to something more intimate, something more great for you might be good for you. But this right here, it ain't. And I need you to come together. I need you to fix it, okay, Bookie? Because you know what I'm talking about. The ones who get it, get it. The ones who are going through it and living through it, you get it. You understand what I'm talking about. And you probably like, dang, girl, stop talking about me like this. But I got to. Because I've been through it too, and I've moved past that. And now I'm going to pass that on to you, okay? So no more intensity. No more falling for villains. Search for that intimacy. Start searching for them boring people that are going to hold you accountable and love you and respect you and give you more than just the bare minimum. I'm sorry. What? I said it. Find somebody who gives you more than the bare minimum. We're not going for the bare minimum. We're not going for fluctuation. We're going for intimacy, that love, that power, that raising the roof of happiness, okay? Now, here is a little tea for y'all to think on. Because if this whole intensity and intimacy thing wasn't clicking for you, maybe this is. Here's the uncomfortable part that nobody really wants to talk about, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it and you're going to hate me. But sometimes we choose the villains because we don't want to heal ourselves. We move from one villain to the next villain and call it growth because we're moving on. But moving on and healing are two different things. You can move on to the next and the next and the next and the next and never heal. But if you heal from one to the next, your circumstances are going to be different. You're not going to fall for the same villain characteristics. People who don't heal but move on just change villains. You're going from somebody who's toxic and obvious to somebody who's unemotionally available and leaves you in that gray area. Two different villains, and since you haven't healed, you're still succumbing to the type of energy that they're giving you, that you've been used to with this one. You're still succumbing to that intense emotions and stuff because you haven't given yourself time to heal and to know that you deserve way better than that. You don't deserve to sit here and feel like this or be put through this by somebody. And if you don't heal before moving on, then that's all you're going to be doing is moving on to the next villain. You're not going to be elevating higher. You're not going to be doing or getting to that point that you deserve. You need to heal internally to figure out, what is it that I don't like about myself? What is it that I want to fix about myself? And what is it that I'm looking for in a relationship or in my lover? But first, you have to love who you are first. You have to love who you are and what you stand for, and everything about yourself, and love will come, Bookie. But if you're just trying to hop from one relationship to the other and not doing no internal growth and not figuring out what your worth is, you're going to fall for the same low-level people, villains, who are going to treat you the exact same. So find your worth. Do that self-healing. Do what you need to do internally rather than just moving on to the next person. That's not healing. Do the internal work, baby, because your worth is so much more than what all of these other terrible, messed up relationships have pushed you through. You're worth more than all of that, especially if you know that you're a good person and you're always there for that person. Now, side note, I'm going to do a little story because I'm not speaking something I don't know. Okay? I'm not speaking what I don't know. But I've been in countless numbers of relationships where I've been there for that person. I've been supporting that person. I put my all into that person to where I sometimes forget my own storyline, my main character's storyline. And I become a part of theirs and their support system, their help, their redemption arc, their lesson. And I stop worrying about myself. I stop caring about myself. I stop giving myself what I need. And I fall through because they're not doing the same to me. If somebody is not pouring into your cup like you're pouring into theirs, they're not meant for you. If they're doing the bare minimum while you're doing 110%, they're not meant for you. So do that internal healing. Because it took me some time to internalize and heal and figure out what it was that I was looking for. Hell, I had to get off of relationships for some years so that I can figure out myself outside of a relationship and figure out what my worth was. And now, anybody stepping below that is scum to the bottom of my feet. You don't even get a chance because you're not on my level. You're not showing me what I need to see. If you're anything less than what I need to see, or treating me anything less than what I know I'm worth, you're not getting a chance. And that's what I feel like all of you need to do. Because y'all are letting lowlifes, people who don't even deserve a chance with you, get a chance. Don't sell yourself short. Don't undervalue yourself. You are and need more than what these people are offering. So stop settling for less. Settle for more. Higher your standards because you're worth it, baby. You're amazing and you deserve way better than what everybody else is giving you. If they're a villain and they're not willing to give you 110% right back, they're not worth your time. Stop giving it away. So yeah, do that healing work. Do that internal work so that you're no longer falling for other people's storylines. You're no longer falling for the villains. You're no longer falling for people that are giving you less than your worth. You are the main character and you are that girl, okay? So level up. Hold your head high and do the things you know you need to do to get where you need to be. Get on your main character path and focus on yourself. Get to where you need to be mentally and internally so that the right type of love comes your way. Because if you haven't done that internal work and you're settling for less, you're going to continue to settle for less until you've seen what it is on the inside that you love about yourself and that you're worth fighting for. Stop auditioning to be someone's side character. Stop auditioning to be villains' redemption arcs. Stop selling yourself short because you are the main character. You are the title of the movie. You are that girl, okay? And I need you to realize that, and I need you to hold your head high and keep on being that girl, okay? So I ask you, are you going to live in your main character energy, or are you going to keep playing a side character in somebody else's? Are you going to heal from your past traumas, or are you just rebranding your red flags? Because, baby, I need you to do that internal reading, do that internal work so that you can be on your main character path and so that you can make it to the level that you want to be at. And you can find the love that you want to be at. And stop falling for these fake old villains. You see that I caught myself, I didn't cuss. Proud of me. That's all I have today on that topic. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun. But yes, that is enough on that one. I hope everybody is trying to be in their main character energy because I just wanted to give a little inspiration to my bookie wookie tookies because I see a whole bunch of people out here not living in their main character energy or letting somebody who's lesser than them control their storyline, okay? And I don't like it. And I just wanted to put a PSA out there for my bookies because we are what? Better than that. We are what? Elevating ourselves. We are what? Healing. Okay? So make it count and make it worth it. This is your life. Live it to the fullest. Now, I hope you're just excited as I am for this next segment because we have a what? Another weekly dilemma. Now, for a little minute there, we didn't have them, but now they're trickling in and I love it. I love to see it. So if you want to join in on the weekly dilemma, go ahead and hit that link down below, that Google form, or wherever it's called, and go ahead and submit you a response. And those responses are for anybody who has a question, a dilemma that they're going through, something where they need an advice or an extra ear or maybe a different perspective on a situation, because that's what I like to be in my everyday life. So I want to expose that out to my family through the internet, okay? And this is their way of doing it. So some people have already submitted some, and I needed more to come in because I love helping you guys and I love talking with you guys. And this is my way of communicating with you besides comment section. Something that gets a little deeper, but it's also anonymous. So you don't have to put your name if you don't want to. You can stay anonymous. So we have one this week, and I'm excited. So here we go. I've been dating someone off and on for years. My best friend since I was a kid doesn't like this person. says they're not good for me and whatnot. My girl says she doesn't like my friend because they're working against her. It's getting to a point where it's causing problems when I hang out with one or the other. If I hang out with my best friend, my girl gets mad. If I hang out with my girl, my best friend gets mad. I don't know how to win at this point or to get them to both be happy. I love them both, but I don't know what to do. How do I get them to come to good terms? So I could definitely see both points of view, and I could see how it's a little messy. So let me try and first explain what I see from each point of view and what could be missing that you're not seeing, okay? So for starters, your best friend that's known you for years has seen you grow up through life. They've seen you go through life scenarios. They've seen you grow. They've seen you change. And they more than likely know what you like, what you don't like, what you need in your life, what makes you happy, what makes you not happy. And they can also see the change in when you're not happy or when you're not feeling how you need to feel. So that's probably what they're seeing, and they're just trying to tell you in the best way they know how, which is this person is not making you happy, or I'm seeing this about this person that I don't like and I don't think you like. And honestly, if they have so much to talk about the person that you're with, it's because you're also telling them stuff. The only reason why they would know about any of this stuff that's going on in your relationship is because you're telling them everything. But you might not be telling them everything. You're only telling them the bad things. So your friend over here is only hearing the bad things. They're only seeing the off and on between y'all. They're only hearing the bad news or whenever you have a rant or whenever you have a problem with your person. So all they see is the bad. If you want to change their mindset and get them to be more together or more at peace, you need to also tell the good things. You need to also say what's been good or going good in y'all's relationship, or the good things that this positive things that this person has done in your life. And a little side note for yourself, if you can speak more bad than good to your best friend about this person and there's not enough good, you might want to take that in consideration about y'all's relationship. Again, I think you speak too much to these two people about each other, because if your partner knows that the friend is talking mess about them every time y'all hang out, how do they know that? Unless you told them, or unless it slips out in arguments, or unless it comes out in some strange way. Because I'm pretty sure it's not coming out like, oh yeah, so my bestie said you're not good for me. No. I mean, at least that's how it shouldn't be going. If that is, then you need to stop that right now. But if it's coming out in like arguments or like, oh, I was talking to my bestie and they said I did, wrong. Because one, that's going to make your partner feel like y'all are tag teaming against her. That's going to make her feel like there's two against one. Like two minds against one. That every time you rant or go to them or talk to them, you're going to come back with a different mindset. That's making it more harder for her to connect with you, because she also has to connect with the friend too who's in your mind. She's trying to be over here building a relationship with you, but she can't do that if you keep on bringing back to her what your friend has said, or you keep bringing up to her what your friend has said in like arguments or conversations or stuff like that. If this is not your true mindset and you're going based off of what your friend said, then honestly leave the girl alone, because if you're taking your friend's side over the person that you claim to love, you're getting your stations confused, babe. Separation of church and state, baby. You can't sit here and mix and mingle like that. Yes, it's always good to be able to tell your bestie things that are going on in your relationship, but you can't tell them everything. You can't tell them all the bad, because now that's only all they're going to see. On this side, you have your partner who's trying to build a relationship with you. But in the way that you're explaining it, it sounds like you're the middle person that's getting your person to hear what the bestie is saying. Because I doubt you have two people who don't like each other hanging out in the same room. And if you do, cool. We'll talk about that. But if they're not together in some way, shape, or fashion to where the bestie can talk stuff to the girl in front of her, the only way that she's knowing about this stuff that's going on with the bestie is through you. Meaning that you bring it up in conversations, or you bring it up in arguments, or you make it seem as if it's two against one. You make it seem like every time you go and hang out with them, you come back with a different mindset. Say y'all get into an argument, you go hang out with your friend, you rant to them, next thing you know, now you're coming back with more juice for another argument. Oh wait, I didn't think about this, let me go back and say something. That's not right. That's not right. So to her, it probably feels like y'all are ganging up on her. She wants to see you defend her. She wants to see how you defended her against your friend. If you're also telling her all of this stuff that the friend is saying, you also need to tell her how you're defending her. That's the only way that's going to fix her mindset about you and her. Otherwise, it's going to cause problems because you're too busy listening to what the best friend says to really just give your opinion and what you think and what you feel with the relationship. You need to set boundaries for your relationships because these are two big relationships. You have a lifelong friend and the lover that you have for years. You have to learn how to separate church and state. There has to be some type of boundary. You can't say everything you need to say to the best friend, especially if they have this mindset that they hate this person and they're going to keep talking mess about this person. But you also can't be telling your girl everything that the best friend is saying because it's going to cause problems. Now, I'm just assuming you haven't said anything in this that would make me believe that you have said anything to the girl, but that's the only way that she would find out unless you're allowing the bestie to say something in front of her face. And if you are, you need to check that, put a boundary on it, and stick up for your girl. Yes, they may be right, but that's your girl. Stick up for her and be like, look, bro, shut up. Don't say that. Don't do that. That's not, like do something to at least shut that down in that moment. So that's what you can do as far as getting both of them to feel more comfortable with you and more better in your connection with them. You have to tell the best friend more positive things about y'all's relationship to kind of help round out the view of your relationship rather than just being bad, 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 bad. It could be bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, 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 good. You know what I'm saying? And it changes their perspective a little bit like, okay, maybe they are elevating you. Maybe they are working towards this, instead of it being all bad, because that's all they're going to see and that's all they're going to feel towards that person. And then to your girl, you got to start sticking up for them and letting them know how you're sticking up for them and setting that boundary with your best friend so that that doesn't come and ruin y'all's relationship. That shouldn't be something that you run back and tell her or run back and have arguments with. If you really think that way and you truly think that way, then y'all would have hashed it out before you went and talked to your friend and came back with something new. That's not on her. So you need to set boundaries. You need to set boundaries to keep what your bestie says. Yes, take it in. Take it in for what it's worth. Take it in for the good that they're trying to push through. But don't sit here and allow them to keep talking down on your person. Because if you love them like you say you do, you wouldn't allow somebody to just talk down on them. And you wouldn't allow somebody's point of view of them to skew what y'all know and what y'all connect on. Because you see them more than they would. You see them more than your bestie would. You see them in private. You see the conversations, the arguments, the hashing out, the love, the connection, everything good and bad that's going on over here. But if you're only telling the bestie bad things, you can't take everything what they say as stone. You have to take it with a grain of salt. Because if you are giving them a skewed impression, you also have to take a skewed information. You can't take it all in. But at the same time, you need to defend your person and be there for your person. And if they both love you the way that they say they do, then they'll find a way to work it out. First, you need to, one, do better at both parts. Defend this person and also set boundaries with this person. Set boundaries with both to where, like, look, we're not going to be doing this whole back and forth BS. Y'all are both in my life. I love you both. So we're going to set boundaries. And if those boundaries don't work, and if the positive reinforcement over here isn't changing their mindset about this person, and if you showing how you're defending them and not talking about it so much, about how much they're saying doesn't change their attitudes about each other, and it doesn't dwindle out on its own, then you need to come with an ultimatum. Y'all are both important people in my life, and if y'all don't work it out, no, I'm kidding. I would hate for you to say that. But like, you do need to sit them down and be like, look, y'all are both very important people in my life. Y'all need to work out how y'all can be cool, cordial, or whatever the case may be. But I want y'all both in my life. And if y'all want to be in my life, y'all got to work it out. Because I don't want to hear this back and forth. Hell, if you need to, completely separate it. I don't want to hear nothing about the relationship over here. And I don't want to hear nothing about my best friendship over here. Now, if it comes down to the point of choosing, you're going to have to make that choice. If they make you choose, you're going to have to make that choice. And it's based off of how you feel. Is a lifelong friendship something that you can lose? or something that you want to keep very badly? Or is this on and off relationship that you've had for a person that you love, is that worth more? Is that what you want to keep? So yeah, try the methods we talked about. Try changing their point of view by saying more nice things, and changing their point of view by not telling them as much as this person be saying. Try and get them both to see the goodness within each other. And if that doesn't work, set boundaries to where none of this cross mixes. And if that doesn't work, you need to sit them both down and be like, look, I love both of y'all and I want y'all in my life. So figure out y'all's BS, because this ain't going to be it no more. We're not going to be doing all this extraness, okay? Y'all are stressing me out. And push come to shove, if it comes to that final straw where you need to make a choice, you just got to sit down with yourself and see which one of you willing to lose and which one you're willing to keep. But yeah, that's all I pretty much have on that one. There's no set way of getting them to good terms, because these are two opposite ends of like a very powerful storm. You have a lifelong friendship, but then you also have a love, baby, a love connection, okay? Those are always going to be two ends of a storm. But that's all I really have for the dilemma, and I'm glad that y'all are sending them in. So keep sending them in, keep sending them in. I love helping y'all. I love therapizing. I call it therapizing. I know that's probably not even a word, but I love doing it. I love talking with y'all. I love giving advice. So just keep sending them in. Keep giving me the juicy details so I can help you live to your fullest, okay? But that is a wrap for today. That's all I have to talk about. And I'm glad that y'all stayed tuned. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And thank you for joining me. If you want to join the family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I know you see it down there. It's just waiting for you to push it. You might as well. But that is all I have for you guys today. And I shall see y'all next week. But before I go, let me give you a kiss of good faith to give you prosperity, happiness, and joy in this upcoming week until I see you again. So if you give me consent, give me your face. If you don't, skip 5 seconds. Let me give you a kiss of good faith to last you until next week. You're amazing, you're beautiful, you're wonderful. And I hope you have an amazing week. Hope you enjoy your time. And I hope you're living in your main character mindset, baby, because that's what we're doing all for the rest of our life. I was about to say for the rest of 2026, but we're doing this for the rest of our lives, okay? We're living in our main character mindset and we're putting ourselves first, okay? So remember that in this next coming week and do something that puts you first for a change, okay? So without further ado, I'll see y'all next week. Bye, my beauties.